of Music, or better known as CCM. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, tell us who you are and why you're here.
Yeah. My name is Emily Sahumsky, and I am the admissions counselor for the College Conservatory of Music.
My name is Lottie Rodfit. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I'm here to do my master's in performance on French horn.
French horn, awesome. Okay, so obviously we're here to talk admissions and the admissions process. A lot of our international students are interested in CCM. Can you talk a little bit about what the application process looks like for them?
Yeah, so for CCM, because you're probably going to have either an audition or an interview as a part of your overall application process, it is a multi-step process. And so we try to post this information everywhere, that way you know which steps to follow, but also you can always get in touch with our office and we're happy to walk you through it. But all students who are interested in CCM will apply to the University of Cincinnati, and so you will submit your common application for that first. You will also submit a second, much shorter application to CCM that indicates which specific programs you are interested in within the college. You also, for most instruments and programs, will submit pre-screening. So that might be a video, it might be additional letters of recommendation. It depends on what the specific program faculty are looking for. And they will review that pre-screening information, and then they will let you know if you are invited to either come to campus or to digitally submit an audition or do an interview. So it can be a 4-step process, starting with that application, the CCM application, the pre-screen, and then finally your audition for the program, which then will allow us to make a final admission decision.
And obviously we have a lot of international students that might not be able to come in person for the audition. Do you also accept video auditions?
Yeah, and so most of our programs will allow for auditions via video, and it's usually done by a case-by-case basis. We have a small enough student population that students will work directly with faculty members for what works best for them. Or for example, right now, we have a lot of our Chinese applicants for fall 2020 that obviously cannot get here to the US, and so we are able to do a lot of video auditions. We're trying to work out a conducting audition via Skype, which has been a lot of different steps to try to figure out, but we're trying to make whatever works, especially for this particular moment as well. But yeah, we try to work directly with students.
Okay, that's great.
I did video audition.
You did a video audition. Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about
Well,
your application?
I was worried because I thought it's better to be here in person. Like I was worried that maybe it doesn't it's not as good to do it on a video, but it was fun.
Great.
And yeah, I just emailed the professor and that's how I let him know.
Okay.
I'm sure it's different.
But I mean, yeah, and we
Yeah.
really try and, most students will work with both our office and the faculty members pretty equally.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And how do you get in touch with a faculty member?
I think mine was through the admissions. They gave me an email.
Okay.
I was so surprised how quick response I got. But I was in Australia, so I was ahead, and then I was I didn't get a response.
Yeah. the time
Yeah,
sure causes a little lag, but it's good that they were very responsive.
Yeah, they were very responsive.
And did you feel you were supported by the faculty and that?
Yeah, really supported. Yeah.
That's great. So you work hand in hand with your faculty to kind of get everything together for these students to apply?
Yeah, and I think in a lot of ways we're kind of unique in that our faculty are sort of extension of the admissions office, because they all are involved in the admission process for the most part in some ways, because they will end up then working with those students directly, and a lot of students will choose to come to CCM specifically to work with those faculty members. So those relationships are important. We have a 7-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and so you have a small kind of group where you really get to know those faculty members very well, and that starts in the admission process.
Great. Do you have any idea how many international students are currently in CCM in your program?
So yeah, we have probably about 150 international students total between undergraduate and graduate, maybe just under 200.
That's great. Do you think it's always been that way, or has there been like a surge of international students more recently?
So we have had more international students in the program over the last couple of years than previously. We have some of our programs that have really gained popularity, like commercial music production and electronic media, have become more popular than they were in the past. Previously, we had more students coming for performance majors, and we still have that, but then we also have students interested in those non-performance related programs that we offer as well.
Great. Could you talk a little bit about those? Maybe people don't know as much about them.
Yeah, so electronic media is really anything that kind of falls under film production, news production, TV production, as well as any sort of like music, sound production as well. So students have a ton of different opportunities that they really make their own path within that, and they actually require all students to have a minor as well. And so it's very interdisciplinary in the sense that you can kind of make what you want with that major, and there's a lot of different pathways that you can go in. And then commercial music production is kind of like what it sounds. So students typically will have a primary instrument that they're studying for that as well. But it really is, once again, focusing on that recording and that production side as well. But a little bit more of a performance take on it versus a behind-the-scenes take that you see with electronic media, but they are similar.
Great. Would you like to talk a little bit about your experience in your program and how you found us at CCM?
Okay, yeah, sure. I will specifically found UC through the faculty, I guess. My home professor is why I mainly came here. And so far it's been like really good. I really enjoy it. And I really like the variety of stuff we get to do in the CCM, like all the ensemble playing. I'm surprised how much ensemble playing we get to do. And that's really important to me because I want to be an orchestral musician, so playing like a lot every day is really good.
And you're in a 2-year program?
I'm in a 2-year, 2 years. They're quite flexible, I think, because, I mean, if you have something come up later and you can, like, maybe you get a job or something, they let you, like, restructure it, so maybe you can finish in 3 semesters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are you on an accelerated track, or you want to
No, I'm
take
just,
the full?
Yeah.
Take the full 2 years.
For
Okay.
2 years. And then apparently I think most international students get the PYE after, or we can, like, audition in the
Okay.
in the US.
Okay. So are you going to take that advantage too?
Yeah, I know to do that. Because at the moment I don't think we're allowed to audition or work as a musician or anything.
Why did you choose to come to the United States instead of staying in Australia for this particular major?
Well,
Besides
Australia,
the faculty.
I think there's lots of opportunities here for musicians. There's lots of orchestras, there's more people, yeah, and new experiences. I love traveling.
What do you think about Cincinnati then?
I think it's small, but I think it's got like so much to offer, especially for music. Like the orchestra here is like it's not in like the top 20 in the US, I think.
Yeah.
And also they got really good student deals for musicians. Like it's $50 and you get a full year of the season concerts. And they have big international artists come.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's downtown?
Yeah, downtown. Yeah.
Have you gone?
Yeah, I go all the time.
All the
Yeah.
time?
And
Cool.
it's actually a requirement for us to go, I think, twice a semester.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's a requirement for all majors, or?
I think it's maybe in my studio.
Okay.
I don't know about other professors.
Yeah, it varies by
Yeah.
the studio.
We
and
have to
the
go twice
faculty.
every semester.
That's great. And of course, CCM also has really awesome productions on campus as well. Could you talk a little bit about like what's coming up maybe and
Yeah.
what you've done in the past?
Yeah, definitely. So yes, we always have something going on. It's pretty crazy how busy we are. We're actually the largest producer of performing arts in the state of Ohio. So we have just about 1,000 performances every single year. So
Wow.
whether that is small studio, opera, or musical, all the way to a main stage musical, main stage opera, main stage acting production, as well as all the different performances in between. So we have 2 major orchestras, 2 major wind ensembles, as well as many other smaller groups as well. And so coming up, we're getting into our busy time of the semester, and so we've already had 1 main stage play, which was Clybourne Park, and then we have coming up an opera. We have actually 2 operas. So yeah, Parthenope, Magic Flute. We have 2 musicals, Bright Star as well as The Secret Garden. We have ballet, student choreographer showcase. Our musical theater students will be doing their senior showcase. We also have a lot of different concerts. Tomorrow we have a concert for our symphonic winds that is Star Wars as well as just space themed. Louis Longray, who is the music director for the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra, came and conducted one of our orchestras this past weekend. It was a sold out concert, and so I know that the students really enjoyed getting to work with him as well.
That's great. So if a student wanted to come visit and see some of your productions, how would they hear about them, or how can they get some tickets?
Yeah, so tickets are pretty easy to get. Our box office is online, and for many of our performances, they're actually free. And so that is a great opportunity, and then they're pretty inexpensive if it's something like a musical or a play or a concert that is not free.
Great. And then obviously your students are very active already, but are there any student organizations or groups that they typically will do? Do they do the band on campus? How does it transition?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So we have a lot of different ensembles that are a part of CCM, but also there are a few that are separate. And so things like our marching band, the concert band, there's also an orchestra that is separate from CCM that is open to all UC students. And so you don't have to be a major or in our program to be involved with that, which is pretty nice. Most CCM students will participate specifically in our CCM ensembles, but I do know some students who are also in the marching band as well. And I do know that that's a big commitment to be doing both, but if you are really interested and enjoy that, there are numerous students that will get involved with that. We have student organizations within CCM, and we do also encourage our students to be involved with all of the organizations on campus as well. Our students have pretty busy, tight schedules, but if you're interested in something, we do definitely encourage you to kind of get out of the CCM bubble and spend time throughout the entirety of campus, because we do offer a unique opportunity being a music conservatory that is part of a much larger university and all of the resources that come with that. So I usually tell our students that's kind of the best of both worlds, and a lot of students that come to CCM really like that they have all of those different opportunities.
Yeah. Can you just tell us a little bit more about like how CCM can transition into our music scene in Cincinnati?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think part of why the arts are so big in Cincinnati, because they are, like Claudia was saying, the orchestra, we have an opera, we have a ballet, has to do with the relationship with the University of Cincinnati and CCM. Our ballet was started really because of CCM and CCM alumni. We've had a very long relationship with the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra, and so our students are honestly always involved in some capacity with those different organizations, whether that's performing during the year or if it's interning during the summer. I know several students in my office currently are applying for jobs to intern at the Cincinnati Opera this summer, and so there's a lot of different ways that we get connected, and a lot of our faculty members are part of the greater Cincinnati art scene. Whether they are part of the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra or involved in some other way, we kind of automatically have that connection. Being a smaller city and also a very arts-driven city, we're sort of all part of this big community, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Can you speak to that at all?
Yeah, I was really surprised because how small it is for like the quality of like old music.
Great. And where do you live around campus?
I live off campus, but very close.
Off campus, but like how far of a walk would it be?
It's like 5 minutes.
Good. Okay. And do you ever take any like public transportation to get downtown, or?
I've taken the bus, I've walked, but I've been so much.
So it is walkable. which
Yeah,
is
it's
good.
walkable, definitely. The bus is easy. We get like the Metro card for students. We get $1 bus fare.
Yeah.
Which is great.
$1 per ride, which is pretty great.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, most local people have cars, and everyone's so nice and is always willing to
Yeah.
help you if you want to go grocery shopping or something. Everyone's always got you.
Great. Well, that's good. Is there anything else that you feel like I've missed or we should tell our students?
I think the main thing is like if you have questions, just ask, because everyone's so helpful, and I found it so like smooth and easy just asking them.
Good.
To do everything.
That's great feedback. Yeah, we're always open to be emailed if you have any more questions. I'm sure that they would love to follow up with you and us as well. If you do have questions, you can always email the international admissions. We are international.admissions@uc.edu. I think that's it for today, but of course, please do send us any follow-up questions. Thank you so much for being here and answering our questions, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your program. Good. All right. Bye.
Bye.